it's a strange position that you're in, because you're coming in as probably like a younger woman compared to the rest of the team. You are the boss's daughter, and some people have sort of preconceptions that, oh, this girl doesn't know what she's doing. She's just here because of like nepotism or whatever. And not only that, you're also kind of that you're their boss now, which is like such a strange position for them to be in.
Yeah.
So how do you sort of combat all those different things? Because it's also a case of like making them sort of realize that you're here because you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like you do deserve to be there. But also from your side of things, did you ever have that sort of imposter syndrome of, I don't really deserve to be here?
Yeah. So listen, like I spoke a little bit earlier about growing up and the things people had to say about me to my face or behind my back growing up, being a child actress, a child model. That hasn't stopped. I still have that. And I hear things all the time said about me that, you know, I'm stuck up, or I don't deserve to be there, or, you know, normal stuff. I hear it. I understand, but I can't change the position that I'm in. I can't come on this podcast and pretend I'm some like phoenix rise from the ashes, built from nothing entrepreneur. That's not how I've started. All I can do is try and move the business forward in a way that benefits every single person, models, clients, creatives, staff. And I show up every day and I try and do that. And I'm a year in now, and I think the staff have a lot of trust in me, but that's still being built. I think that's going to take a long time. But I'm kind of okay with putting the groundwork in, because businesses can be inherited, respect can't. That has to be earned. And I was totally okay with putting in the groundwork there for that.
That's really interesting, because I know a lot of people who have inherited businesses or like they know certain people and they come in and they feel like it's kind of deserved. They feel like it's kind of like their position to be in.
Yeah.
And as you said, the respect like never comes from other people and other sort of parts of the business. So what was your sort of mental state going into the business in terms of like, I guess, deserving to be there, what sort of impact you want to make, how you want to deal with people, like all the softer side of things?
Good question. Softer side of things. That's a nice way of putting it. I think like the word deserve is a difficult word.
Yeah.
So I haven't worked for Ginger Snap every day for the last 20 years like my mum has, but I have spent every single evening after school in the Ginger Snap offices since I was about 5 years old. I've done my homework all my homework has been done on Ginger Snap desks. The first phone number I knew off by heart was the Ginger Snap phone number. My mum wasn't there to pick me up from school because she was working. My mum probably cooked me, she won't mind me saying this, probably cooked me 10 meals as I was growing up. And they were terrible. You know, I haven't put the work in that sense. But my mum gave a lot to the business that, you know, that had to be taken from somewhere, and that was taken from my childhood. So I level with you. I haven't grafted every single day for Ginger Snap since it's been born, but I gave a lot, you know, and I grew up in that environment. And more than anything, I love my mum, and what she has produced and made from nothing is something that I am so proud of her for. And I would never, ever want to hurt that or let her down. So more than any of that, more than deserving, more than whatever that means, I really want to make it a bigger success for her.
Yeah. This is the thing, my opinion on like inheriting businesses or sort of working with family and stuff like that. My position before, when I was a bit more sort of inexperienced and maybe less mature, was we should, in an ideal world, this was my perception before, live in a meritocratic society where, like, if I as an individual work really hard, I can own the business that I work for. Now, as I've sort of got a bit older, I'm now thinking, you know what? I've worked for many companies, and I've even got my own company now, and I care so much more about my own company. Like it's just an emotional thing compared to working at some like random company that I don't really know the history. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just sort of got a job there. But the second one where I just got a job there, if you told me like, yeah, if you work hard, you can get to the top or someone can inherit it. But like the one where you've put a lot of like effort and time into it and you've seen the process of it being built, you just care more. And so when people inherit a family business, they do care more. So it's a case of like, yeah, we can sort of try to believe in a meritocratic society, but you as the daughter of the person that started the business originally, you care more than say someone else that just walked in halfway through the journey. So you're always going to put more mental effort into it. You're always going to put more time into it. So that's just my position of it now. Is like, I can see so much, I can see a benefit for sure of that happening. And you know, it doesn't make me mad at all. It's if anything, it's like, wow, like good for them. They've been able to find something where they can like really care about like building, because you're not probably doing it for the money. You're probably doing it because you were making like good amounts of money before.
Let me tell you, I took a huge pay cut.
But you're doing it because you care, and it's probably more fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think that's a like the whole not deserving to be there and stuff like that. I don't think that needs to be here at all, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, I do care a lot. I do care an awful lot. And you know, I think a lot of people, you know, when I hear these whispers, she doesn't deserve it, she doesn't know what she's doing, XYZ. I hear you, and I'll take any criticism. I'll take it. I don't mind. You can tell me what you think, and I'll think about it, and I'll reflect on it, and I'll move forward. But what you don't see is the hours, early mornings, the late nights, the conversations at home, you know, the tears, the fights, the childhood that was eclipsed by this fourth child that my mum had, which was the business. You know, I did my time, you know, I did my time. And more than anything, I really deeply care about it. And that's not really something that you can buy. You can develop that over time. But like, I live and breathe Ginger Snap. I think about it all the time. It's the first thing I think of when I wake up, the last thing I think about when I go to bed. And that's not something that you can really buy. Or
no, they'll never. And I recognize this now because I'm building a team for my own business, and the people that I hire, the people that are in my team, I know that they're not going to care as much as me. And like loads of business owners that I speak to, I think they try so hard to make those individuals care, but I think you just have to accept that they'll never care as much as you, which is just how it is. So you kind of have to just get the right people, but just accept that they're just never going to care as much as you do, because it is your baby at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.